Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing okay. I was gonna make a tarot card video this morning, and then I looked on my YouTube channel. So wait a minute. I've been neglecting these weekly chit chats I have with y'all. So I said, you know what? I'll make a tarot card video either later today or later in the day tomorrow, probably. How y'all doing? It's been 2 weeks. It's almost been 5 months since I've had access to a vehicle where my mom doesn't have to take me everywhere. The 5-month anniversary is since I'm not allowed to drive my mom's car. So just been stuck here this past 2 weeks. I said it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks. So hope y'all are doing well. I've seen a white Tesla almost every day since I've been walking this past couple of days, a week or so. So that's weird because I've been walking at different times, and every time I walk, I see a white Tesla out of Warriors Creek. But believe it or not, I actually got in a Tesla. Tracy, um, uh, I don't know how political heavy. Considering this is the introduction to the video, I just want to let y'all know I don't know how political heavy this videos are going to be. I have not been doing any of my research. I've just been not doing much. So, been Netflix and chilling. But with that being said, I don't know how political heavy this video is going to be, but you know, like I said, I've been neglecting this chit chat, so we'll see how it goes. So neglect, and then you know, I'm like, well, what should I use my platform for, right? I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with the decision that I'm no longer allowed to use my mom's vehicle. That got totaled. Was considered totaled by State Farm. So, how can I use my platform in a way that is helpful? It brings a bit of positivity. I don't know. I have not been doing my research. I've been feeling real down low. But, you know, yesterday I did. Yesterday I made the decision to just be depressed and embrace this. I don't want to do nothing. So I played this game on my phone. It's called Dreamy Room or something, where you just arrange the furniture. You have to find out where all the furniture goes. It's like a cartoon game. I used to read a lot of fiction, and then I was just like, I don't want to read. I want to research. So I've been Netflix and chilling. I've been 13 seasons of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. The I is before the R, and it's really hard for me to pronounce. And they're good. It's a good show. There's 13. Did I just say there's 13 seasons? Okay, there's 13 seasons. I watched the 13th season first, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to give things away. But anyway, yeah. With that being said, you know, what was I talking about? Oh, Teslas. Me and a white Tesla over at Warriors Creek have been having to have the same schedule this past couple of days, weekish. Okay. Um, but the point I want to make, considering this a platform where I want to spread, not spread positivity, I don't want you to get it misconstrued. I'm not rebranding myself or anything, you know. But oh, and also yesterday when I just kind of let myself, I just said be depressed. So I don't want to do nothing. I took like 2 naps in my room, but I said there's a mood you can get. I think it's a mood and not like something more serious than that, where you just hate everything. I hate everything. I just had that mood yesterday too. There's this little Care Bears collaborated with another brand, Fuggle, and they have like a Care Bears, and then Fuggle also has different things. Like I think they had like people or whatever, but I like the Care Bear. I posted it on my Instagram. It's just this little bear like I said, like here it's like this big, and like the Care Bear, they have different kinds, and I really like the rainbow one. There's one that has the rainbow on the stomach, and then there's one that's a rainbow the bear, and I'm just obsessed with them. They like their eyes look all messed up. So like it's either a night of drinking or you've been in a fight or something. I don't know. I want the togetherness. Care Bear collaborated Fuggle Bear. They're just so interesting, and the way they're packaged is so funny too, or creative, I should say. They're in this like paper kind of cardboard box, and they just have like the eyes showing, and it's just this lightweight. Like this is so easy to purchase. Just put it in like a basket. It's $12.99 at Target. I said, Jessie, you should get this for me for my birthday. And then she said, oh, I can't today. Maybe Mama can get it for you. No. I want Tracy to get me that bear for my birthday, not my mom. So, anyway, so yeah, we were at the La Cantera. My mom, it is a delicate situation here. There's feedback and some sort of unspoken conversation here. On the premise of what I've already told y'all, it doesn't make any sense. My mom doesn't care about nothing. And then all of a sudden, after January 6, 2021, that's all of a sudden when she starts caring about things and my behavior. But not too much, so. She hasn't kicked me out yet because I'm unemployed. Anyway, but yeah, I spent yesterday kind of embracing my feelings about all that. But anyway, we're at La Cantera. I think it was a couple days before my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday was May 7th. But anyway, we went to breakfast, and we went to La Cantera afterwards to walk it off. She went to Kendra Scott and got her some stuff, and they had a Tesla there, a demo drive. I said, do you even need a license to drive a Tesla? Which I thought it was a good question. Security. Just kidding. Anyway, I just hate this premise because, like I said, at any moment in time, I can get kicked out because I'm unemployed, right? That's the premise of this back alley, right? Oh, you're the good. I'm the nuisance, and you the good citizen. Pay your taxes and your bills and all that. Okay. But anyway, on this podcast, 10 minutes. So we got the focal bear. Oh, the Tesla. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I want my photo inside the Tesla at Lock and Terra. I did that to commemorate. I said, I'm gonna start using Twitter. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and get a photo in this Tesla. But it turns out you do need a driver's license. In case you didn't know. So you need a driver's license to demo drive the Tesla. I didn't demo drive it. They had a Tesla right there at the mall, right there. They also had one at North Star Mall, but I don't think it was for a demo drive. I think it was a giveaway. But the which was red. The Lock and Terra, it was outside. North Star Mall is like inside a building, and Lock and Terra, in case you don't know, is like an outdoor outlet shopping center. So I said, "Can you take my photo in a Tesla?" And they were like, "Sure." So I got my photo in a Tesla. He didn't get the whole car. He just got the window. But that's fine. I'm not really too picky about my Tesla photo. That'll work. Thank you, sir. So anyway, they had it clean, just so you know. It was like vacuumed and stuff. So, so anyway, yeah, white Tesla. So I got in one, staunchly against the Tesla company. I would never spend any money on it. I know they decreased the value of the Teslas. It was a Model Y. I would never spend any money on them. I wouldn't. That's why I said I'm against it. But yeah, there's that. What else is going on? Um, oh, there's the I guess you can consider it political because the director of national intelligence tweeted about it. Is this release of the UFO files? I said, this is so interesting. You see how all of my stuff is lining up together? I think I'm being very organized in my video today. Anyway, this is so interesting, this UFO. One of the if you don't know, if you didn't read anything about it, I have read one article about these UFO files. Um, so I need to see a photo of an alien. If not, it's bunk. Why not? If you can't get a photo of an alien, then what are we? What are okay? Got a photo of a UFO, not an alien. Okay. So anyway, I think it is so interesting because in the article that I read, it said that the UFO sightings they were on the moon. What? Elon. Anyway, I'm gonna give him a real hard time about it because of SpaceX and Starlink. So let's see your unclassified UFO documents, Elon. Let's see. Are they redacted? Just kidding, but what a funny joke I just made. Anyway, uh, so the UFOs, they're on the moon. Okay, they're on the moon. and they get this photo of a UFO. Say like fireworks or something. I think it's so interesting. I think one, how personal it is. These aliens, they don't want to deal with all, what, 4 or 5 billion of us. How many humans are on Earth now? They just want to deal with the select few on the moon. So they ain't got time to deal with all billion of us. They're just gonna deal with, be very personable with the ones that go to the moon. So I think that is fascinating. I said, wow, this is such a personal get together. Alien and astronaut. Teenage fantasy. And another point I wanted to bring up is this aliens are on the moon, right? What are UFOs? What that is definitely a passive observation situation going on there, right? They're being um, I got a lie in my coffee. They're being passive scientific observers of the astronauts on the moon. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn and grow. So I was just thinking, you didn't get abducted by an alien. They were just passively observing the astronauts on the moon. So do I believe they're real or not aliens? I don't know. That's the information set forth, you know? I just think the situation is so bizarre. And bizarre in the sense that I agree, aliens probably have, if there are aliens, I've gotten a lot less conspiratorial these past 5 years, I guess you can say. At least when it comes to aliens and all of that pertains to aliens and stuff like that. I don't want to be super mean about it because I don't know, maybe some people are equating in their mind like it's like some sort of like I guess a little bit more spiritual than religious, right? People want to be like, well, maybe there are extraterrestrials, Michelle. Maybe. I don't want to say, that, I become less conspiratorial, but I've also, we're Earth, and that's one galaxy. There's a lot of galaxies in the universe, Of course, it would make sense that there would be other sort of life forms, consciousness. I had a teacher in high school, and said probably if there's aliens, they probably went to the ocean. And I think that's very reasonable. So, especially considering Earth's unique features of oceans. I probably said, what are these things over here? That's just the extra frosting. The cake is in the ocean. So, anyway, I just think it's so funny. These bizarre, I guess I should say. So this seems aliens, extraterrestrials, if they do exist. I'm not one of those that are completely like it's an impossibility scientifically and religiously. There's no way there's anybody else but us in the entire universe. But on the other hand, I'm very skeptical about things you know? So I think aliens, they probably have a different psychology and all of that stuff. And isn't it quite convenient? Oh, gonna get the UFO on the moon. Okay, that's interesting. And it's the stuff that they put out. It's the stuff they put out. What are you saying, Michelle? Just say it. I just said it. So, and I think people do like to mess with people, right? They say you over there on the moon. How many people go to the moon? 1% of the world's population? Less than 1% of the world's population experiences a gravitational pull at 0.0027 millimeters per second square. I think I got the number right. Correct me if I'm wrong. They might be like being like, I'm just gonna fuck with these people. Why not? Well, then why don't you go to the moon and check it out yourself then? Maybe a practical joker. So, anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee 1 second. And if you want to be as far as I start thinking about something else to say, but I think as long as people aren't like getting murdered, this alien murdered this person, are we assuming there's a justice system or no? As far as the extraterrestrials, what infraction did you do? You don't really hear any. I don't think they put out any stories of any aliens killing people, like Mars Attacks or whatever. Y'all seen that show? You might be too young to have seen the movie, but you should really check it out. It's a good movie. But anyway, there's aliens, and then there's like a folklore, which I would say, as far as being conspiratorial, as far as leaning into this kind of supernatural superstition. I lean more towards like here on Earth, um, maybe Bigfoot, and maybe there's this documentary. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Hulu, and it's about these little people. I think in Alaska, they have tribal indigenous people in Alaska, and there was a murder there, and kind of questions well, who murdered this person. There's this person murdered, and who did it. They already said the justice system put somebody guilty for the murder, but the way the documentary is set up, they were very conscientious about the people involved's feelings and stuff. It was presented in a really good way. I recommend it. I guess I'll put it in the info box. But I thought it was very interesting, this concept of the like there's like little people who live in parts terrestrial territory of terrestrial as opposed to aquatic, of the land that's just completely uninhabitable by humans. One, because it gets really cold in Alaska. Two, because I guess they're in the middle of a forest or whatever, densely, I don't know, terrain. I said, oh my God, are there little people living there? I forget the what they call them, but anyway, I'm way more susceptible lean into those, like I said, supernatural suspicions when it pertains to like things on Earth. I don't know why. I feel like maybe um, it's a bit more measurable. A bit more approachable, maybe? I don't know. Look, you want to fly into the Earth's atmosphere, you got to get past all the satellites. Or maybe they don't even have to worry about it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just more open to suggestion when it pertains to like folklore. I don't know why. I guess you can include ghosts in that too, because you know I've been Netflixing and chilling and watching all this stuff about how haunted houses and hotels and places like that. But and I guess it's because it's a bit more understandable. I say, you know what, I would do something like if you've wronged me in death like that, and what if my spirit can go on? You know, for whatever reason, it could have nothing to do with my mental health, but maybe something else, you know, I don't know. Anyway, what else I got going on? I had my mom's birthday, and then there's some Mother's Day tomorrow. Um, are y'all doing anything special? We're gonna go see that A Devil Wears Prada 2. Tracy said she's gonna dress up because she's been seeing a trend that people dress up and go see the movie. Okay, I'll dress up too. I just have sweats. I do have this jumpsuit, but I don't want to wear it because Kimmy was like, well, we can do movie theater brunch, which basically just means like popcorn and nachos. That's great. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. That's what my mom has decided to do for Mother's Day. So anyway, May, my mom has a birthday May 7th. My dad has a birthday May 17th. And I have a birthday May 27th. I always kind of don't like celebrating my birthday. I'm really not going to like celebrating my birthday here again. I'm supposed to watch Kimmy's House in June. Like June 20th or something like that. I don't want to do nothing for my birthday. No, I don't want to hang out. Just going to be stuck here at 91.7. And maybe read about oil and natural gas. I did read a little bit about it. There's a lot of leasing involved to, I forget what you call, but it's quite a process for minerals here in Texas. So I can only imagine it's quite a process for minerals in other places too, huh, Elon? Or lithium. I remember that because that's one of my first YouTube videos. Well, Elon gets his lithium from, I forget where, somewhere in Central America. For the batteries, obviously. So anyway, yeah, reading on that, it's been a while since I've looked at it, so I guess I don't really have much to say about that. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee and see if there's anything else I can think of chit-chatting with y'all. 1 second. Okay. Well, I didn't really think of anything else to say. Yeah. I guess that's it. Guess I'll talk to you later via tarot card video. I'll try to utilize my platform to the best of my ability / brand. But I'll tell you what, it's really getting a little bit more difficult being stuck here for so long. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. For like 5.5 years. So, anyway, I'll just leave it at that. Y'all know the situation. But yeah, we'll try to, like I said, utilize on my platform. Shocked that other people don't want to utilize my platform. Shocked. Okay, I'll leave it at that for real this time. But anyway, happy Saturday. Hope y'all are doing well. I hate to be here, but I look forward to a house sitting for 4 days at my sister Kimmy's while she's in Michigan. I don't have access to a car. I can ride the bus. So. Anyway, yeah, happy Saturday. Hope you'll have a good one. And I guess I'll talk to you later. My husband right next to me.